Okay, obviously I'm not here again, so I should 100% be back tomorrow. Just have to wait for Emmett's little sores from hand, foot, mouth to scab over, and then I can go back to work. So I know yesterday we had some problems with the sub getting the video online. If that happens again today, you all are watching this and it's not up on the board, one of you all go up there, log on to your Schoology, and you can pull up the video from your Schoology. Okay, so that is an option. Okay. Anyways, you should have your notes passed out, and we are going to go through these. So yesterday was about combining like terms, and like terms had the exact same variable with the exact same sign. And that is part of simplifying expressions. And when we see the word simplify, what that means is that we're going to distribute, which we're going to talk about today, and combine like terms. So in math, when they say simplify that typically means that you're going to distribute and combine the like terms. So what the distributive property is it's a multiplication property. So it allows us to multiply each term inside the parentheses by the number outside the parentheses. So basically what that means is this number that's on the outside will be multiplied to each term on the inside. Now we know that this is multiplication because it is a number or variable up against a parentheses. There's no operation between them, which means multiplication. So basically what that means you're going to do is you're going to take A times B, which is just AB, and then A times positive C, which is just positive AC. So it just takes that number and multiplies it. So it's not going to be all variables like that. This one, A times B is AB, and this is A times negative C, and a positive times a negative makes a negative AC, which brings us to the next point. You've got to be careful with your signs, okay? The signs are the biggest thing. This pencil is awful. Okay, that is huge. So when I'm saying signs, I'm talking about positive and negative signs. Like that is just such a big deal that typically make or breaks somebody's problem with these is that they're not paying attention to those signs. Much thicker lead here. Okay, so if a positive times a positive is a positive. A negative times a negative is a positive. But if they're different signs, like a positive times a negative, that's negative. All right, we're going to go ahead and skip over this first one here. Okay, so number 2 says simplify the expression. And that's what it's going to say on your whole expressions part that we're doing here in this unit. Is an expression is not equal to anything. It just gives us another expression. So when it says simplify, like we talked about up here, we're going to distribute and combine like terms. And we know we're supposed to distribute when we see parentheses. And that also, order of operations tell us that we do the parentheses first anyway. All right, so down here, so 4 times 2x plus 3. So this is 4 times 2x. Well, 4 times 2 is 8, so 8x. And then this is 4 times positive 3, so 4 times 3 is positive 12. And if there are any like terms, you will put them together. This one has an x, this one does not have an x, so these are not like terms. So that's my final expression. All right, number 3 here. 4 times 2x minus 3. So I see that this is 4 against the parentheses, so that's how I know it's multiplication. So 4 times 2x is 8x. And 4 times, this is a negative 3 because it's got that minus. So the sign in front is the sign that it keeps. So it's 4 times negative 3, which is negative 12. And I know some people will think, okay, well, I'll put this. That's technically right, but it's not math grammatically right. We're getting in big kid math here. Plus a negative should always be written as a minus. All right, number 4 here. Negative 4 times 2x plus 3. So negative 4 times positive 2 is negative 8x. Negative 4 times positive 3 is negative 12. And once again, these are not like terms because this one has an x and this one does not. All right, and then number 5, I'm going to distribute a -4 this time. So -4 times positive 2x is -8x. -4 times -3. A negative times a negative is a positive, so 4 times 3 is 12. And these are not like terms because one has an x and one does not. And you all should be familiar with this. It is from 7th grade math, but we're working towards multi-step equations, so we're just going to keep adding stuff on here. All right, a little flipperoo. Okay. All right, so I want you all to go ahead and try number 6, and I'll wait here just a second. All right, so -8 times positive 4y, -8 times 4, that's -32y, and -8 times -5. A negative times a negative is a positive, and 8 times 5 is 40. And then those are not like terms because that one has a y and that one does not. All right, go ahead and try number 7. All right, so 12.5 times 3 is 37.5, and I just used my calculator. And then 12.5 times 2w, so 12.5 times 2, that's 25w. And those are not like terms, so that's where I stop. All right, and then try number 8. All right, so multiplying by 1/2 is the same as dividing by 2. So when I take half of 6 in, that's like 6 divided by 2. So half times 6 is 3, so 3m. Half times 10 is 5. And then this one has an m, this one does not have an m, so that's where I stop. All right, so moving on to number 9 here. So this has got parentheses, so that's the part that I'm going to do first. Okay, I always take care of parentheses first. So I'm going to do 2/3 times 3f. So 2/3 times 3, well, that's 2f. And then 2/3 times 12 is 8. Now, I also still have this plus f, and that's like a 1f because there's no number in front of it. So I'll put a +1. And then I ask myself, do I have any like terms? And in this case, I do have some like terms. These f's are like terms. So this is what we did yesterday. 2f plus 1f is 3f. And then I have that positive 8. So I just tack it on at the end. And those are not like terms, so that's where I stop. All right, number 10. So I'm going to take care of the parentheses first. So I'm going to distribute this positive 2. So 2 times 9 is 18. It's positive 18 because it's a positive number. And then 2 times -1/4 x. So 2 times -1/4. That's -2/4, which is -1/2. Oh, you can't see I didn't move it over enough. Oopsies. Okay. So that'll be a -1/2 x. And I still have that 3/4 x that I'm just kind of dropping down there. All right, and then these x's are like terms, and I keep that sign in front. So 3/4 x minus 1/2 x, I guess I could have left it as this with a common denominator. So 3/4 minus 2/4 is 1/4 x, and then that plus 18. Yes, you can use a calculator to back yourself up. So if you wanted to type that in, you would hit 3 ABC4, so 3/4, and then minus 1/2. So minus 1 ABC2, so that's 1/2. And that's where I got 1/4. So you can back yourself up that way. right, you all try number 11. Okay, so negative 10 times 3.25c, that's negative 32.5c. And then negative 10 times 5.5, that's negative 55. Then I still have that minus 20. And then these are both numbers, and numbers are like terms. They're both constants. They don't have a variable on them. So negative 55 minus 20 is negative 75. And then I still have that negative 32.5c. And it doesn't matter if you put that in the front or the back right now. All right, and then I want to talk about this one before you did it. What number do you think you're going to distribute? You got me saying, Miss Wilson, it's got a 0.25 in front of it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this. That is a negative 0.25 that you're going to distribute, not just 0.25. So I'm going to distribute that. So that's negative 0.25 times 4g. So just use your calculator. Negative 1g. And negative 0.25 times 6, which is negative 1.5. I'm going to drop down that 13. And the only thing that I have that are like terms are both of these constant, both of these numbers. So 13 minus 1.5, that's 11.5. And then I still have that minus 1g. And you can just put minus g there. You don't have to put the 1 because that's just understood. All right, and then these last two here. It says simplify the expression for the area. How do you find area of rectangles? Well, area of a rectangle is length times width. So that means that I'm just basically going to take these and multiply them together. Now, when you have one term times two terms, you need to make sure that you give that one term times both of these. So when you go to write this, you're going to write that you are multiplying both of those by that 13.2. You're taking the whole length times the whole width. So 13.2 times 3x, so 13.2 times 3, that's 39.6x. And then 13.2 times 2 is 26.4. And those are not like terms because one has an x and one does not. All right, you all do this one real quick, and then you all be able to work on the assignment. All right, so you've got options here to multiply 20 times 4 2/5. You can take that up here, change this to a improper fraction. So 4 times 5 is 20, 20 plus 2 is 22. And you can multiply it that way. I'm going to cross reduce here. So that's 88. So 88x, or you can use that calculator. So the way that you would do a mixed number is you would do 20 times 4 ABC, 2 ABC, 5. So that's 4 2/5. So that's 88. And then 20 times negative 5, that's negative 100. All right, and those are not like terms. So you've got the homework assignment to do in class now, and then when I come back on Thursday, we'll review both of them. All right, good luck.